Hello, beloveds. Welcome to a realistic vlog in the life of a baker. I started this cake at 11:30 p.m. This cake was going out the next morning at 8 o'clock, and because I work full time, I needed to pull the magic together and make sure that this cake was ready for pickup the next morning. I couldn't say no to this order because the client had already contacted me 2 weeks prior, and he did confirm the amount which he paid. And also, this person has ordered a cake for me previously, and all cakes have always been for his mom. So for this cake, his mom was going to turn 78, and it was going to be a cake that was going to be transported. So it was a special cake. It was now 11:50, which is 10 minutes to 12, and I was now going to melt the chocolate drip that was going to go on top of the cake. The thing about running your own business is you will work around the clock. You will cancel out the spirit and energy of laziness when you work for yourself, when you are trying to progress in something that you're very passionate about. Trust me, you will not sleep at night. And that is what being self-employed is all about. And I have complete respect for the people who are their own bosses, like on a full-time basis, because I don't know what kind of superpowers they'd be pulling at night while we're sleeping, but I know that the only reason why I managed, or how I managed to pull off this cake, was by the grace of God. Explorer, the Cricut Explorer 3, I needed to cut the cake topper for the cake. It was now close to 12:30. Everybody in my house was asleep. The house was quiet. There was also no distraction. And I guess by this time, I knew that I was almost at the end and that I couldn't leave this cake half done. And I was actually feeling good about almost being done. And also what I would like to bring to the table is the fact that when God is involved, when God has gone ahead of you, no one, no enemy, no strength, no power, no darkness, no anything will keep you away from what God has ordained for your destiny, from the purpose that God has called you to. Praise His name. By the time that I was done with this cake, I knelt down and I was almost in tears. And I prayed and I said thank you to my Jesus, to the shepherd of my soul. And I was overwhelmed by the gratitude, and I was grateful that I was able to pull this cake off. So I was putting on the finishing touches. I think by this time it was now close to 1 a.m. So it was literally the next morning. I went to bed at around 1:30. So the cake needed to chill in the fridge, just the normal fridge. The time was at that point 1:45 a.m. That was the time that I managed to finish this beautiful, lovely cake. I was going to box it up the next morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.